I have been working for Plan since 1971 when I started, so I've been with Plan for 41 years.
I have been with Plan Canada for 14 years.
I will complete 37 years in May.
Over 10 years now.
I had the chance to work for Plan for 12 years now.
I love the people here in CNO. I also love the most is going to field, talking to communities with whom we work, talking to our staff in the field. I love that part.
It's constantly changing, it's constantly evolving. I joined an organization that was $30 million in revenue, and we're now 140.
When I had the opportunity to travel to the field to actually see what we do, even though you know on a daily basis, but to actually witness what we're doing was very inspiring for me. To meet the families, the children, was something that actually re-energized me when I came back. It is something that these parents, these mothers, want the same thing that I want for my children. They want them to have a safe place to go to, a safe environment, to have clean water, to be educated. They have every hopes and dreams that I have for my children.
I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of people globally as well as in the Plan Canada office, and I think that we have amazing people working for this organization, and they're all here for the right reasons.
That actually happened very early after I joined. A letter crossed my desk from a fellow named Carlos who lived in Colombia. And Carlos had been a sponsored child when he was growing up, and he was writing to us as an adult to express his appreciation for the work that Plan had done in his community and how it had changed his life, and his affection for the Canadian people because of his experience with his Canadian sponsor.
I think the International Day of the Girl, this was quite an achievement. And also, it's just every day there's a very nice atmosphere as people are very dedicated. So this, I think, is not just a one very nice moment, but it's an ongoing good atmosphere working for a good cause.
His letter was just so emotional that it made me emotional, and I remember sitting at my desk crying, thinking, I've worked here for like 3 months or something, and I've joined an organization that's going to make me cry at my desk.
I went to a clinic in Bangladesh. This was a couple of years ago, and this is a clinic in a very remote area where Plan has built a small clinic. And the day I had gone there, the woman had just delivered. A young mother had just delivered her baby. So it's a very small little room with just a delivery table. It's a birthing room, as they call it. And the mother-in-law was sitting next to her. That's the whole family comes for birthing. The mother-in-law was sitting next door, and somebody said that she's from Plan Canada, and they had supported in building this clinic. The mother-in-law just held my hand, didn't know what to say, didn't know what to express. I think she was crying, so was I. And I think as I talk about it, I feel tears in my eyes because she said, just don't, like she didn't know what to say. Her daughter would have died, sorry, her daughter-in-law would have died if they didn't have the birthing place. So her tears, her eyes were saying so much, and that's what makes it everything worthwhile.
And what's really interesting about his story is that his name crossed my desk about 10 years later because Carlos was now working in the field of post-secondary education in Colombia, and he had committed his career to developing scholarship funds for students who otherwise wouldn't be able to go to university.
I had the opportunity to meet my sponsored child, and so I was able to visit Kenya, and I spent the whole day with the family, and it was an amazing experience. You felt so much joy, and you saw so much joy in the faces of the family members. Even though they had so little, they were just so proud to show you what they did have, and they just were very welcoming.
Not long after that, I also learned that Carlos's career had continued and he really wanted to give back to Plan, and he's now a member of the board of directors of Plan Colombia Foundation. So it's just the ultimate emotional tale about the impact of that relationship between a sponsor and a sponsored child, and the work that Plan does, and that long-term effect that it has on a person, and how they can really change their community and their world for others as well.
I would hope that one day organizations like ours would no longer be needed because we have done what we were supposed to do.
Well, to be able to help more and more families in the communities. I hope eventually Plan never exists because we don't have the issue with having children and families that need our help, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to happen for quite some time, and so my hope would be that we could do more.
Keep on doing the good work. I think is very, very important, and I think the work for girls obviously is very important, and women.
Be known globally as well as one of the best development organizations.